Today, we're making this Shark Tank product better.
Next into the tank are mother and son entrepreneurs with a product designed to get things moving.
The toilet and the sitting position that it puts you in plays a big part in a lot of the colon issues that we have, such as constipation.
Squatty potty.
I want to make this product for a while, so we're going to give it a go today. We're just going to be using cheap plywood, and we're going to make it look real nice in the end. So it's a really cheap project, and it's going to cost way less to make it yourself than it would to buy it online. So let's just jump into it. Alright guys, so here's all we need for this project. We need two pieces that are 7 inches wide by 11 inches long, and of course they're 3/4 inches thick because they are plywood. Those are going to be our legs. And then we're going to need one piece that is 21 inches long and again 7 inches wide. That's going to be our top. So when it's done, it's going to look something like this, but we're going to make it a little bit nicer. We're going to have it slide underneath the toilet so you can't see it when you're not using it. It's not going to be in the way. So let's show you how we're going to do that. We're going to take this 21-inch piece and we're actually going to cut out the middle section. So when you're sitting, your feet are going to be here and here. They're not going to be in this middle section here. So we're actually going to cut out a bowl shape there so it can slide underneath where the bowl is. So I got the dimensions on my toilet bowl. I think it's just a normal size. I mean, I don't think we have a special toilet in my house. So what we're gonna need to do is cut out an 8-inch wide section by a 6-inch long section. So we're gonna go ahead and measure that out, and then we're gonna round the edges a bit because it's gonna look a little bit nicer. And the bowl is very much curved on the bottom. I guess it would be the stand. It's very much curved, so we're just gonna put a little curve on it and make it look a little bit nicer, although you're not gonna see it because it'll be slid underneath the toilet. So let's get this measured up and cut that out. All right, so since we need to make that slit 8 inches wide by 6 inches long, what we went ahead and did is found how long this is. Like we said, this piece 21 inches. So then what we're gonna do is take 8 inches off of that length because that's the part we need to cut out. So that's 13 inches. Then we cut that in half, it's 6.5 inches. So what we're gonna do is take 6.5 inches on both sides, and then we're gonna mark that there, and then we're gonna go ahead on the other side, mark that there, and then take a right angle or something, and you're gonna draw that line all the way up. So now you've got those two lines here, and in between them is 8 inches. Like I said, that's what we're gonna be cutting out. So now what we're gonna do is just go up 6 inches, and you're gonna wanna mark that. Now, like I said, when you went from the 6.5-inch mark and you used your square, you're gonna need to use a square because you want this to be perfect. You don't just want to use a straight edge and just kind of eye it. And if you are using a straight edge and you're gonna eye it, you're gonna want to mark 6.5 inches on this side and this side, so then you can get that straight edge there and go all the way down. But like I said, I recommend using some sort of speed square. This also has a ruler on it, so we can go ahead and mark 6 inches. Alright, so as you see, we've got 6 inches up and 8 inches across, and this is the piece that we're gonna be cutting out. So to make this look a little bit nicer, basically we're just gonna take a roll of tape and we're gonna line it up to both these lines, and we're just gonna draw a nice little curve there. And then we'll cut that out with the jigsaw, just so it looks just a little bit cleaner. You know, we want this project to look nice. As I said, we're trying to make this Shark Tank product better than what they have on the show. So there you go, that'll be the part we cut out now. So we won't be cutting out this part anymore, we'll just be cutting out down here. Take our jigsaw and get that cut out. All right, there you have it. That is the part that will actually slide underneath the toilet bowl. I'm gonna go inside and check it to make sure that it is the right size. There you go. All right, let's go put legs on it. So now that we've got this piece all cut out and it works on the toilet, basically that's what's gonna look like. We're gonna bring these in a little bit, just for a little bit more stability. Probably bring those in an inch or two. But that's what it's gonna look like. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to take this piece over to the table saw and we're gonna cut a slit in it so this piece can come in and just fit just like that. So we'll go over the table saw, I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty easy, we're just gonna make a 3/4 inch piece there, slide it in, glue it, screw it, and then we'll get to routing over the edges, sanding, and we'll be done. So what you're gonna wanna do is set this blade 3/8 inches high, and we're gonna leave it there the whole time. Then we're gonna put the rip fence 1.5 inches away from the blade. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna have the side that's gonna be facing the ground. That'll be the side you cut, so we're gonna cut this side. And we're just gonna run it through just like that. Then we're gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna run it through just like that. On both sides, and then once we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and move the rip fence 1/8 inch away from the blade. So we're going from 1.5 inches away from the blade to 1 5/8 inches away from the blade. And we're gonna keep doing that till we make that slit 3/4 of an inch thick. And the best way to do that is get as close as you can and then just start dry fitting those legs into that slot. Perfect. Alright guys, so we've got these dry fit, they're looking great. First thing we gotta do is chisel out these little pieces here, just to make sure that's completely straight. And then we can get on to the next step. That's satisfying. Now that we got those chiseled out, we have those nice slots there, 3/8 inches deep. And now we're just gonna go ahead and put some glue in them. Alright, so now we've got those glued in there. Obviously it's gonna take a little bit to glue, that's okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put some screws in here. Obviously it's gonna be going into end grain. So we're gonna wanna use a countersink bit after we pre-drill the hole. That'll help from any splitting. But first things first is we gotta make sure that these legs are at a right angle. So just use your speed square and make sure they're all squared up when you're gluing and screwing those in. Alright guys, there it is. Now we're just gonna let that glue dry a little bit. Then we're gonna go ahead and route the top with a 1/4 inch round over bit. And then we're just gonna go ahead, sand the whole thing and stain it some nice color. And then we'll get it in the bathroom and see how it looks.
Give it a try.
We'll get in the bathroom and we'll give it a try. All right guys, we just went ahead and we routed this whole thing, and I really think the way it looks now with those curved edges is way better, especially with these joints here. So I highly recommend rounding over the entire thing. Really gives it a nice, more professional look. Then we sanded it, now we're gonna stain it. All right guys, here it is, the squatty potty. As you can see, comes out and goes in, hides right underneath there. Yeah, that's it. Easy, we went ahead, we put a nice light stain on it. Kind of looks like poly, that's okay. But there you go, the perfect pooping position, apparently.
And only when we are in a squat position does this muscle completely relax and allows us to have a complete and full elimination of our waste.
So, there it is guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below if you're gonna make it yourself. And we will see you in the next one.